something about you. Now just know what you've done to me, girl. Everything and I won't worry, 'cause you're the good girl. Oh, mama, peramba, don't you nene, I'm when we shung it. Oh, that I won't do it on my baby. I am digging, don't be shy. Everything and I won't worry, 'cause you're the good girl. Oh, 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 don't you nene, I'm when we shung it.
Not down, y'all.
What do you want from my life? Oshaka don't deal with a hofufa. You don't even simply respect me. January, December, January,
Yeah. Non di tana di jazz. I'm not a champion. Hey, yo, papito.
why should I wait you to change? Eva so soon na kuti holy kenny. Soli na nuna, soli shapura. Diwene zako. If you wish me better, wish you well. Kujimba kwangu nemenje business. Kono kwako we, okwesi ofisi vakuhoresa. And you on the car and you are yako, not the mengaramba. Hanuzinji ndipange, kwishandiye, hevo dipangi. Valikani vako, makavango. Makeja and you ovasheke me. Bashaka kunti mendi kusiye. Zirikani zako, zivambo. Zikeja and you ozishenine. Zishaka kunti mendi kusiye. Diwene zako. Diwene so difoseza, so banga kamavo. Diwene zako. If you wish me better, you wish my way to send you never wake on me. Why you do me better? I thought you never leave. What do you want from my life? Oshaka don't deal with a hofufa. You don't even simply respect me. January, December, January, I did the energy to overcome the storm, my baby. Why you do me better? I thought you never leave. I will sing forever. I no regret every decision I took. Jealousy will kill somebody. Kuvona no one kanini. Sakwenga manizilo. Kuwana mali so hinda kutindi womana. Soli na nuna, soli shapura. So wana wakwame waora kukulise na soli na nuna, soli shapura. Diwene zako, diwene so difoseza, so banga kamavo. Diwene zako, if you wish me better, you wish my way to send you never wake on me. Why you do me better? I thought you never leave. Diwene zako, diwene so difoseza, so banga kamavo. Diwene zako. Why should I wait till to change? Eva so soon na kuti holy kenny. Soli na nuna, soli shapura.
Dimene zako. La la la. DJ Vuyo.
Monday morning.
Jimmy Ngachek. Moro.
Morning.
Welcome to the morning mix.
That's better. There we
Welcome to the morning mix. I'm joined here this morning once again by Dater.
Hello.
Namap. Ngaben. Moro. Jela Almal. It's a Maria set of Rosmora.
Morning.
Yeah, also Sami so. Yeah.
Morning.
That's it. Thank you. I thank you. It's a blue Monday morning.
Very blue.
It's the 15th of November.
Yes.
A few weeks left.
From now till the 20th of December is going to take longer than from the 1st of January to the 20th of December. Nee man, maak toch vannacht, draai die wiele.
Jy kan het weer sê,
Ish.
because you know what? Obviously the last day of the morning mix will be on the 17th of December.
Yes.
That is now when the
2
big...
days.
Huh?
It's just 2 days.
Is it 2 days?
No. Oh, no.
It's
It's Monday.
Hey,
Eight
when,
months.
yes, like
yeah. The 17th.
yeah, the 17th of December.
Okay.
Okay. As ons na, het ons mekaar hierso.
Yeah, my president said August is a year.
Yeah.
So me, I'm counting like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so how's the weekend been, guys?
It's been very active. From making music and also having a big friend of mine's 50th birthday. So it was a very active weekend. And perhaps that is the reason why I'm feeling so down today. But I'll pick myself up.
We're no down.
No, I'm just tired.
Ag asseblief.
Ek's moeg.
Nee,
My moeg is moeg.
down today means jy's dik gebabbie. Dis alwaaroor dit
Ek
gaan.
gaan niks Barbie nie.
Nee.
Nie gedrink die naweek nie.
And Mitch, how was your weekend?
My weekend was very chilled, man.
Nee.
Yeah. I think I went to go visit my mom them and it was just chill.
Nee.
Ek was net die hele dag oor kerk gesê.
Oor kerk.
Net oor kerk
Hoekom
gesê.
gaan jy nie kerk toe nie?
Hoekom gaan jy nie kerk?
Nee, we are together there because it was one of the first things my mother was telling me yesterday. My kind, ek is bly dat jy op jou bene is. Die coronavirus het jou regtig. Daarom moet jy vir die Here dankie sê. Wanneer gaan jy kerk toe? Ek sê I'm praying. I'm praying at home.
But Mampedi Zali, you have to be in the church to be church.
Ek weet nie. That I don't understand.
No, you have to be there, bro. Jy moet daar wees.
Yeah. Tuva, so how was your time off? Good to have you back.
Thank you. No, it's good.
Nee? Good to have you back. So, Kofi, asseblief, kan ons net die week op 'n beter noot begin?
I'm afraid not.
Monte News. Firm but fair.
This is Informante Live, and these are our top stories. A 24-year-old man from Keetmanshoop on his way home from a nightclub on Friday was allegedly raped by unknown suspects after they invited him to have a drink with them. The victim was forced to have sex until he momentarily passed out, according to the police report. The incident reportedly happened in front of the Zidane Shibin in the Lemundrai location of Tsaiplaagte. No arrests have been made and police investigations continue. 2 women were raped in Karabip on separate incidents on Saturday. The 27-year-old man allegedly raped an 18-year-old girl in the Usap suburb. The victim reported the incident to the police, who subsequently arrested the suspect. Also on Saturday, a 25-year-old woman was reportedly taken from her home in the Harambe location and dragged to an area behind the NHE houses, also in the Usap suburb. According to the police, the 27-year-old suspect allegedly slapped the woman repeatedly before raping her. The man was arrested and charged with kidnapping, assault and rape. Both suspects will appear in the Karabip Magistrates Court today. And finally, Northern business tycoon Erastus Chico Shipumba has urged the mayor of Oshakati, Leonard Hango, to stop provoking him by talking about him and the dispute over ownership of the town's old open market, an issue which has yet to be decided on by the court. Shipumba accuses Hango of making comments about him ever since he became the mayor, rather than keeping himself busy implementing projects pertaining to the development of the town. He keeps talking about me, said Shipumba. The open market is a matter currently in the High Court for decision. Your Trustco share price today is at $2.24 per share. Taking a brief look at the financial indicators, the Namibia dollar is trading against the US dollar at 15 Namibia dollars and 30 cents, against the euro at 17 Namibia dollars and 50 cents, and against the British pound at 20 Namibia dollars and 60 cents. This is Informante Live, and these were our top stories. You can find more on our website, which is informante.web.na.
Share price?
$2.24.
$2.24.
Yes.
Monte News. Monte News. Firm but fair.
So I see it was a busy weekend again.
Nee, moenie dit sê nie.
En
Don't come with your stories.
Lemoendraait, Zuidlaagte.
Oh ja.
Dis mos Mitch se valley.
Dat was
by.
net bezig in Kettmans.
Was dit besig?
Julle almal se plekke was boring.
Ja.
En Karibib.
Ja, in Karibib.
Ja.
I passed Usakos. No, Usakos. That's the correct. Usakos. That's the correct pronunciation. Yesterday, as I, from the coast, I kid you not, guys, 42 degrees
Celsius.
as I passed the engine garage. I wanted to stop there because my sister, who owns the garage there, I always pop in there. Maar toe ek sien is so warm, dus ek sal net my kar klim nie. 42 degrees in Musakos yesterday.
Are you sure you're saying it correctly? No?
It's Musakos.
Is he saying it correctly?
He's trying.
You see? That's the thing, he's trying.
It's never, he always
So-
has to try.
So what is the correct word?
I don't know, but
Oh.
I'm just saying, I think if you're going to correct people on the correct way of saying it, you should say it correctly.
Usakos.
Usakos. I've never heard that there's another on the K.
No, it's
I've-
like Usakos.
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 No, but I'm saying it correct. Usakos.
Now you're saying it correctly.
I've always said it Usakos.
Okay.
That's how I always pronounced it.
Do the people in
You know what
Usakos
Usa-
know how to
do
say
you know where it comes
Musakos?
from?
Even he says it correct.
Do the people in Usakos know how to say Musakos?
He even says it correct.
Nusakos. If you say Nusakos, it's like you're talking about something far.
Okay.
So
But
Us is like is a
Yo! Did you hear that, Maria? Did you hear
Yeah, I
that?
don't pretend to
Ah!
know. I don't
Okay,
pretend.
wag eers gou. Luister, sorry Koffie. Kan jy net met jou weerberig wag?
Ja.
Soos
We need
hy
to
gesê
fix
het,
this.
Soos hy gesê het, dat hy praat van 'n plek wat ver is of wat. Soos hy sê mos like Musakos. Hy sê so Musakos. So is like is yeah, is like your
Musakos.
is it, yeah. What do you call this part? Is it your not the ankle? Yeah.
It's probably the knee.
Like
Knee.
Yeah.
say no.
You know why I knew you were saying it wrong? Because he laughed. Like there was a moment he really knew
Ganji.
you were trying.
So Uber man, jy mos die
No, Kenny.
Okay,
So it's
this-
Usakos.
Yeah, Usakos.
Okay, I got it correct now.
Yeah.
Maria? Okay, Koffie. Yeah.
For
So
me, it sounds the same. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
be
know.
that person. I'm gonna be that person.
I'll be like this. Americans, not every black people look
yeah,
the same.
it all
okay?
sounds the same to me.
Koffie?
All right, the coronavirus cases.
Yes, please.
Yes, okay, so 129,041 have been registered, 125,325 have recovered, with 3,564 deaths, which is fantastic, because since last week we had no daily new cases, no deaths, and currently the active cases is 152.
This guy looked at you funny when you said that's some brilliant news. Yeah, because he didn't wait for the punchline to say that there were no deaths, etc., etc.
Yes.
Yeah. So Mitch, are you okay with the
Yeah, I'm
information?
okay
Are you
with
happy
it.
with
I'm
these
okay with-
statistics,
I'm happy
Mitch?
with
Are
this.
you
I'm
okay?
happy with
Are you
this.
comfortable?
I'm comfortable with
Okay.
this.
So, no net AB. Yeah.
Okay, then the weather for today. The interior sunny and very hot in the south, and also the west elsewhere partly cloudy and hot to very hot, with a few thunder showers in the extreme north and northeast. The coast partly cloudy and mild to warm, with the wind moderate to fresh southerly to southwesterly. Maximum temperatures in Nkurukuru. Nkurukuru is 37.
37.
37. In Ondangwa
I know
Yeah.
that's good. That's
is 34.
that's how humble.
Now you.
No,
Koshakati
Now you are in.
is 36. In Uzakos, 36 today. Windhoek 35, Wolfers Bay 20, Swakopmund 22. And then let's have a look at Otjiwarongo today, 34 degrees, with Gobabis and Beiterpost both at 36 degrees Celsius.
Temperatures are really soaring
On the
at
rise.
moment, eh?
I tell you guys something. I got up 3 times last night out of bed because it was so hot that I woke up to just basically go and have a cold shower 3 times. There wasn't a wind blowing last night. I don't know if you guys noticed.
Yeah. There was no wind.
Yeah.
When you have an aircon, there's always so much.
Yeah, we've got a water cooler, but it broke, so I need to have it fixed. But believe me, it will be fixed by tonight.
It will be fixed.
That's how cold. That's how warm it was.
Yes, it was
But
incredibly
it was
hot.
very,
Yeah.
like it was very hot.
My vrouw keeps on complaining that the aircon is too cold. You know? Huh?
That's my thing. Put on the aircon and go under the bed.
Yes.
Yeah, she's been going under the bed sheets. You know what? I don't like to be under the bed sheets, and I don't have. I love cold weather.
That's
So
serial killer mentality.
no less alleen. She's lying under the duvet by herself. Ek lê langs haar, you know, without anything, and she still complains. My man, sit toch net hy ding af asseblief. 'n stuk koud. Yeah.
Oh,
So
well.
one of those
Like
things. So.
this, it's like really amazing. Last week, you guys just asked me about my voice, and I was like, "Yo, the girl said altyd die wire on, and here people are talking about aircons and stuff." And I was like, "Okay, I messed up a little bit." I was about, I was supposed to say aircon.
Oh,
no,
okay.
ek ken al klaar ek het 'n wire, so ek kan nie nou lieg nie.
Jy ta wire, ne?
Ja, ek het 'n wire.
Don't worry. Old
Well,
school.
have yourself a fantastic day. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Coffee. You have a fantastic day, my brother. We got 4-5 weeks. Did you tell how many weeks do we got left? 4 weeks.
Koffie asseblief, moenie
Ja.
weer buite pos weather lees nie. Lees net windhoek se nennis na.
Oshines, welcome back. That's from Roviera. Goeiemorgen, my mense. Vosia Alana Greenwood. Thank you so much. Mo van Wyk, antwoord toch, Maria. Okay, Mo, we don't do any frequencies anymore. We have gone completely digital.
Rook.
Yeah, we went rogue. Okay. So when it comes to frequencies, you can catch us live on Facebook. So we don't have frequencies in either towns anymore. Yeah. So there's just a lot of moros. So welcome guys, and yeah. And please, whatever it is that you guys want to talk about this morning, yes, it's a Monday. Please share with us what you think happened over the weekend that is worthy news. And we would be so glad to share that with you this morning.
I'm just so happy Mary is back.
Yeah, no, it's good to have you back.
I'm so happy to be back.
I was... Maria, and it's something that we need to indulge quickly before we continue with the show. Last week signified the death. Okay, nee, I kan nie hier wees nie, because we wanted to discuss it on Friday, and I said no, let's discuss it on Monday. Last week signified the death of the last apartheid president of South Africa. That is former President F.W. de Klerk. Frederik Willem de Klerk. So upon his death, he issued a video statement where he basically, expressed his regrets, and it was an apology.
He didn't regret apartheid though.
Okay. Yeah.
Did he say that?
No, he didn't regret apartheid.
Did he
just
say he
said-
didn't regret it?
No, not in so many words, but he didn't say he regrets it either.
Mm.
So that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I just think people do regret it. Like, even though you're dying.
He said he's sorry about what brown people and people of color and had to go through, but he didn't say that he regrets apartheid or apartheid was wrong. But hey, that's just me nitpicking. So
Jason,
you.
I'm asking you. Ek wil nou hier vir Maria
I mean,
indulge.
I was in SA obviously when the news broke. So I don't know how it was received here, but you could certainly like gauge a little bit of
wat?
just the feelings in South Africa,
Yeah.
and like people weren't sad.
Mm.
Like even the conversations on talk radios and call-ins and I mean just when they were discussing this,
Yeah.
there was just a thing of okay, he's dead, and now let's
Kom ons gaan aan.
let's just
Ons
like
gaan
why
vorentoe.
are we here?
Why are we making it a
do
big
you, why
thing?
do you? I mean, there were even people that were like still very disappointed that he got a Nobel
The Nobel Peace Prize next to Mandela.
Like that should have never happened. And then there are also people like talking about how people want to hail him as a hero because like they see him as the last apartheid, so it's like he's the person that ended apartheid. But if you look at historically, like apartheid wasn't coming to an end. It was coming. There was so much international pressure on South Africa
Then it just had to happen.
to have its first elections, to release Mandela. There was a lot of pressure on South Africa. There were even, what do you call it when they stopped giving you stuff? There were, like, what is on Zimbabwe now?
Oh, the sanctions.
Yeah, there were
The
even
sanctions,
sanctions. There were even sanctions imposed and so forth. So there's no way that apartheid could continue even for another 5 years.
Yeah.
If we're being honest.
Yeah.
So what F.W. de Klerk was aware of was the environment under which he was a president. Like, okay, apartheid is coming to an end.
Let me do this.
We have to play nice now. If we want to survive this, if we want peace for also the white nationals, the ones that impose apartheid, So it's like, how do we move forward? Okay, let's play nice. Let me try and mitigate this. Let's release him. All of this, I mean, I'm talking about the general opinion of South Africans. It was very self-serving as well, So people don't hail him as a hero. They don't see him. I'm talking generally, obviously. There might be those that do. But for the most part, South Africans were just, they were just weren't feeling
Kom ons
it.
gaan aan.
Yeah, like, forward to Papa.
Let us move on.
Yeah.
We put him in meat grinder.
Yeah. Yeah, I think from my side, you know what, over the weekend, even when I was at the coast, we debated a lot about this issue of de Klerk's passing and what his legacy is. And then, like you say, you know what, I think for black people, if we can think about the historical atrocities that this man basically resided over, if we talk about Boipatong, for instance, in South Africa, where so many black people died, there are so many instances where this guy was, at the helm of these atrocities in South Africa. And I think what he did, because at that time he was Minister of Home Affairs, and then he became, when Adrian Flock left, he became Minister of Safety and Security or something like that. So he wanted to sort of secure his legacy by ensuring that, I should be remembered for the right reasons. So white people are pissed off at F.W. de Klerk. They equally don't want to have anything to do with him. But the reasons why are different from ours.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that's very telling.
Yeah, it's very telling because white people are pissed off, it seems, because a lot of guys I spoke to over the weekend is, he's a verraaier. He's a, what is it?
He's a traitor.
He's a traitor.
Yeah, he's a traitor, yeah.
Ek vra nou, hoe is die man 'n traitor? Nee, hy het ons verraai. But explain to me why the guy is a traitor.
They
can't.
can't vocalize it. It's not a
Because
black
they know it
person.
will sound really bad.
They can't. It's like, That's at our
Yeah.
price, or
Yeah.
you're not privy.
Yeah.
Like,
But if they try to explain, it will just like
no,
they'll
no,
just
but
be
will go
getting
south.
out.
the racism will jump out.
Yeah, it will jump out like. But look at this. Why do we keep covering people like this? Why do we keep giving them the platform? Like, why couldn't they just bury their dude and it's done? Like the news doesn't
Hello,
cover it.
the guy will
nothing.
get a state funeral in South
I d- I-
Africa.
But why do we do that?
You see, I don't even mind the news coming to light that he's dead, or even them playing his quote unquote apology. I don't have a problem with that. It's news. It's what trends.
Yeah.
It's whether you liked him or not. It's
Yeah.
important
It's
news.
important.
It's news.
It's news.
I'm in media, so
Yeah.
for me, it's not let's bury the news. I am like, no, let's talk about the news. So for me, that's not the issue. I think the issue is this. Even on social media, there seems to be like this, like they want everybody to feel some type of way. There's a war since his death. It's like, but almost that people are almost angry that others are not mourning, or
Yeah.
you don't speak ill of the dead
Yeah.
or this or that. But I'm like, equally allow people to feel what they feel.
Yeah.
If they feel nothing, they feel nothing.
Yeah.
If they feel sadness, they feel that. It's like I see a lot of people trying to police how other people are how other people have received this news, whether positively or negatively. Some people didn't receive the news well; they're getting criticized. Some people receive some people care, some people don't care. If you care, you are being criticized. If you don't care, you are being criticized.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, let people receive the news how they want.
Exactly.
That for me is the important part.
And then there are these what do we call the super woke guys, the guys that are so woke they can't sleep, that they are asleep, that they are woke, that start telling you about, you don't know the history, bro. You don't know what this guy did to our people, bro. But this guy is 19 years old, and I'm like, chill, bro.
Let him be woke.
Yeah. but there's this thing that people are saying on social media too. They are like, hey, the guy resided over this type of government, whatever he has done, but let's just remember, ESCOM was profitable when he was there. Employment rate was 21% for all what do we call ethnic groups like that are there, like everybody, brown, white, what, it was 21%, and they're also saying it was low, and they're also saying
But what was the wage?
I don't know about the wage. I'm just like telling you what they're saying on social media, and they're saying that South Africa was thriving when he was there. So why should we just see? So why should we come and just look at what he has done
For me, look,
to the black people?
like
I'm on FW Declare site for that. People
Like,
at houses.
yeah.
Now people are in squatter camps. Yeah, let's talk.
like I have no problem with people, like, I guess, criticizing the current leadership for its failures, like I said, without necessarily always trying to do that
Comparison.
that comparison.
Yeah.
I think it's such a dangerous rabbit hole to go down to, because even if I'm employed as a cashier, as a black person during apartheid, right, but I can't progress past
Being a cashier.
being a cashier, and I'm not receiving a minimum wage. You understand? What? Yes, okay. Unemployment rate is down, but what quality of living do I have? Can I aspire to be more than a cashier? The answer, quite literally, during apartheid is no.
No, yeah.
You can't aspire to be beyond your skin tone. You know what I mean? There's a bracket for. This is as far as you can go, ceiling-wise. Maybe for black people in, let's say, construction, it's supervisory level. This is as far you
Foreman.
cannot. No, foreman would be the colors, right?
Yeah.
You cannot aspire to be more than you are, more than what you're told you can be. So
Because of your skin.
the sky is never the limit. In apartheid, the sky was not the limit for anybody, people of color. Specifically black people, because when I speak about people of color, I know coloreds and Indians were treated
the same.
better.
Better. Okay, so are coloreds not in our bracket, like the bastards?
No.
Okay, at least bastards must be with us.
In fact, Indians were even treated better than the coloreds, to my understanding.
Okay, bastards and coloreds are also most different. So bastards should be with us, isn't it?
Let me
black
explain
was
to you, Mitch, and maybe for you to understand, when you are a little bit younger than us.
Yeah.
With
Segregation is playing.
with all due respect.
Yeah.
me being black, Neville Basson, I'm Herero Damara Xhosa, being taken, my forefathers being taken of fleeing to South Africa, actually being Mungundas, taking on the surname Basson, registering as colored in the Northern Cape, okay, gave them better social leverage because they were colored, because they are speaking Afrikaans, okay. So you start forgetting, it's for the same reasons Namas, who are light-skinned and green eyes, pass for colored or Baster. They get better treatment, but they are Nama.
Yeah, they're Nama.
It's colorism. So those people, hierdie stasie, let me just give you an idea. This train station here, where you pass by Transnamib, black people, if we wait for the train, ons staan onder die boom, we stand under the tree. The colored people stand on the platform, the coloreds and the busters, because you are a little bit better than black people.
Yeah.
And then the white people, you wait inside. There's a little room for you inside. Just an example. So what we're talking about is, that is why coloreds and busters got the top administrative jobs in
Thanks.
banks, the tellers, the supervisors, the what, and the blacks. And we're not saying these things subjectively. It's how the system works.
Yeah.
It's how it worked.
Even the toilets, they'll say Afrikaners only,
Clearland.
Nie blankes
Nie blankes
blankes.
and Clearland.
Yes, there was also a specific one
for
colored.
Clearland.
Yes.
Yeah.
Colored / Indians.
Yeah.
Vader van Keertman.
Yeah.
Look, this had to be really bad. Like,
It was bad.
like, imagine being in that time. Like, imagine just being in that time and you're
You
still
cannot
alive.
imagine it, he lived it.
I loved
Like,
it.
Yeah, you lived. So I'm just saying, like, for me, if I imagine being in that time and the man that was responsible or that was residing over that type of a government dies today, and I have to talk to a youngin, and that youngin tells me at least
Yeah. So
jobs were better. How do I start feeling that time?
I don't want to even hear about jobs were better.
You know-
Because I remember, guys, when I would go with my grandmother to Uppington, because when the train was still moving from here to Uppington, first class white, second class colored, third class black people. Okay? And you were not supposed to go to the second class or the first class. I remember I was a 4 or 5-year-old child. And dan speel ons mos nou touch in die train. You know, you're kids. So you run through the train. And you know what? And I didn't know. So I just ran through the train up until the first class. And this colored man and white man equally, as they were standing there between these compartments, told me, Gaffertjie, gaan terug waarvanaf jy kom. I was 5 years old. I still remember it today. So, yeah. So those
It's really
things,
bad.
yeah. Kom ek lees comments before we do start with the rest of the show. But in short, it was not better for us,
Yeah.
black people under apartheid. Vosia Lana Greenwood, I really lose it when people talk like that. I want to talk like what? Grootboom Peters, Marilyn, Lamek, Konjashili, Timotheus, hi there. I have one. I've designed it, okay. Vosia says there is no way apartheid was better than independence. No flippin' way. I will never accept it. I extend some, Vosia. Readiness Chikongo, most of South Africans were in celebration mode following his passing. There was even a F.E. de Klerk memorial service on Twitter space, which was very
Yes, I
hilarious.
popped in a few
Yo,
times, that was nice.
Mohausi Bolly says, in Afrikaans, they say, de Klerk het te lang gevat om die emmer te skop. While he was Minister of Education, he discontinued financial assistance to UCT, who were key in supporting blacks. Aha! Just because they accepted black students. It's about damn time. I'm Kuruwanji. He stopped breathing.
Okay, let me read a bit. Valentino says, I think it's very hard to open the cover wound many do not have that courage.
Mm-hmm.
It's true that in life we respect a dead body, we do not laugh at the body, but we reflect the life of the person when he was living. I think one of the elements makes Black angry. It's 2 years back when de Klerk said apartheid was not wrong, crime. Or he's saying that apartheid was not a crime. The development that took place in South Africa from 1990, it wasn't a decision of de Klerk, it was the country could go under sanction, no one should cooperate with South Africa. That is what de Klerk feared and started to correct his own mistakes that he had started, I guess it's just trying to say that he didn't do it because he was
He felt
upright.
it was wrong.
It's because
But I remember him saying it wasn't wrong.
2 years ago, I know he got
Mm.
a lot of backlash. He was saying apartheid wasn't a crime.
Crime,
Yeah.
Back then.
But of course, it wasn't a crime. It was legal.
legally
but
it wasn't
It was
a crime.
legal.
it is
was
happening
legal.
here in
It's
Israel.
legislation.
So
Clauditha Stefanus, all the way from Germany, sê Neville, jy kan jou geskiedenis keer en deurkou. You don't reach me. Hy de Klerk het die wit convince vir 'n roundtable discussion met die swart. Ons het vandag nog die hospitale van de Klerk. He died, my hero, I love him. Rest well, gentle giant. Okay? Ek hoor wat jy sê, Clauditha. Clotilda feels that the
Just
Klerk,
what we were saying right now.
yeah, the Klerk was a hero. She feels that, ons het nog vandag die hospitale van de Klerk. He died, my hero. That is your take on it. I think we
who said it?
Clotilda Stefanus.
So white or black?
No, it's a black woman. I know her. She stays in Germany. She feels lost.
Oh my God, man. That look.
Clotilda, nee, ek hoor wat jy sê. And you know what?
A lot of blacks also feel like that. Like, I know a lot of blacks that really feel like it was better. Apartheid was better.
How do you feel?
Personally, anybody that starts off trying to separate human
And please,
from me.
luister,
like, seriously.
let me start off by saying, asseblief, Mitch, né? Here you speak your mind.
Yeah.
Please don't agree with us.
Yeah.
The essence of this platform is here for us to disagree with each other so we can have robust discussion and debate on issues.
Yeah, I get
Hoe
you.
voel jy regtig?
Ek voel like enige mens, like anybody that decides on feeling like, okay, if I have to segregate like human beings itself, like if you're gonna like separate the human race, which is the only race that I respect, like for me, because I've never felt racism before. I've never felt
Okay.
it before.
You're lucky.
I've never felt like segregation before.
Okay.
I was a Nama living with Vambus. I was called a Bushman by my
Okay.
own people, by my own grandfather.
Uh-huh.
You see, but for me, I thought of it, it's like, oh, his grandson, I kogelom oor sy hare. And because I really had Bushman hair and I do still. So I just feel anybody that has that mindset is not a human for me. And I feel for the people that really lived in that time. And just so, while I respect the decision or the opinion of a person that didn't feel that and takes it as like wit en swart.
I
It was
understand.
legal and they did it because it was legal. It's not because they felt like it. They did it because they could legally do it.
Yeah.
Just like you would feel you can legally go and go pee in a toilet which is like as for mannen.
Yeah.
So you feel like if people come to you like, wat maak jy in hierdie toilet? It's like, hey, is vir mannen. So that guy had wit en swart by hom. Dis wat jy kan doen met swart mense. So,
That's how he felt.
Yeah, that's how they feel.
It's always weird when a black person tells me that they've never experienced racism. Because there's two types of racism. There's covert, which is in your face. I mean, overt, which is in your face. And then there's covert, which is a subtle racism. It's just, maybe you're just not getting that promotion, even though you're highly qualified. Maybe you've been in the job for 10 years and a new person there. You have to train them, but you're not getting the job, right? Maybe a person sees you walking towards you, they racially profile you, and then they go to the other side of the road. This is all covered. It's not overt. It's not in your face, right? It's not being called the K word, which is in your face, that overt. So next time before you make that statement, just really think about your life. I don't know how old you are.
I'm 30.
30.
You're 30.
Yeah.
Think about the last 30 years. You've never experienced racism, not even subtle racism.
I've actually experienced tribalism, but not racism.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's his life story.
Like for real, I've really experienced tribalism,
How do you?
but not like racism. Like we were at a party.
Mm,
We were at like a party,
mm,
and somebody's phone got stolen,
mm,
and everybody, and I'm telling you, everybody decided like as ek wat die phone gevat het.
Now which tribe was?
There was the Wambus, the Heroes, the Coloureds, and I was there like, it's die Damara, ek moet die phone. And just remember, I'm the only guy that had a car there. I drove the people to that house. And I've experienced that. But I haven't experienced like racism because probably because I don't get the job because I'm black.
Mm,
That happens with them there. They didn't make it clear to me like you're not getting that.
mm,
You see, I've never trained somebody and they become my manager. No.
Those are just examples. I was
Yeah,
giving
but I'm
by
just
the-
saying, I haven't experienced it like my people will show me tribalism. Like, is die Damara wat dit gesteel het. You see, I've experienced that in my face, but to racism I haven't, and I don't even want to like tell people that have experienced that not to feel the way they want to feel.
Yeah.
Because they need to feel that way. Because I've experienced tribalism and I want to feel that way, and I want to say, yeah, I felt it. I know this is how they feel about my people, but they don't know that I'm mixed.
Kyk byvoorbeeld, I was watching the life story of Colin Kaepernick, the American
Or the guy that
footballer who took the knee, the first guy in the modern era who took the knee. As he was young, and he grew up with white parents,
Yeah. He was biracial. I think.
is biracial. He did not feel any racism. But this is America we're talking about. At his first,
Protected.
very much protected. But the older he got, I say again, this is America that we're talking about. The first time he felt racism was, I think he was probably about 17, when he walked into a hotel lobby because he's with his parents, but his parents was like standing a little bit further from him. And he saw these white kids who are equally coming to play this baseball tournament, taking cookies from the stand. So he also walked over there and take some cookies. And this white woman came up to him and said, hey, what do you think you're doing? Say, but everybody said, no. What are you doing here? Where are you staying? What are you doing in this hotel?
Oh my God, man.
He's got the same tracksuit on as the other white kids, but he's being singled out. And from there onwards, even his white parents could not see the blurred lines of how he was treated in society. Not that they are racist, it's just they are white. They don't understand.
They're privileged. Yeah.
They can see, he can see, if he stands like this, he can feel people's eyes piercing right through his body, waiting for him to do something wrong.
No. Yeah.
So my sons living in Namibia at the moment, they are 24, 23. They've never experienced racism yet. Yet. So it's probably different for all of us. As I say, I'm 50. I've experienced racism, tribalism, both. I've experienced that my whole life. So, but I have a way how I maneuver through,
Yeah.
all of this. So
Yeah.
you have your own story, Tuva.
I think it's also because I think between me and you, you're probably more exposed to like traveling the type of
actually,
environment you're in.
I'll be 100% honest. I don't think I experience racism when I travel. You know, for the most part, I think people know you're a tourist. They just treat you as a tourist. They're not looking at you as a black tourist, as a white tourist, right? Tourists are tourists. So I've been privileged in that sense. And obviously growing up in the North, with colorism in my community, I was treated better than. I'm from a dark-skinned family. So being a light skin or being a biracial, I was treated better. I've known that. I don't shy away from it. From
Did you
talking
stand up
about
and say,
it.
don't treat me like this
No,
because
so
of
you
my
don't,
skin?
no, because when you're young, you don't realize that you're not even protesting, but you just see it. You know, it's how people treat you. Or they talk about your hair. When I go to the village, how I'm treated, how they'll kill a chicken for me, but not for my black cousin, my dark-skinned cousin. You know what I mean? It's just those little things that I'm actually happy I experienced, because now I can talk about colorism in my community, right? And how it is evident. And I use myself as an example. Not that I was treated badly. In fact, I'm saying I was treated better. Because of my skin tone. So it's not that. I think the first time I really experienced racism was because my dad's white. Is people assumed I think I was 17 at the time, but obviously I looked older. Always been tall. I was 17. I was with my dad out, and they assumed I'm with my sugar daddy. And that was the first time, like,
Wow.
I experienced racism where people say, oh yeah, these black girls are always going for older men, and the person, it was in Stockholm, because my dad was visiting me in Stockholm when I was there for my school, and the woman that was saying it was she was speaking in Afrikaans, but the woman that was saying it wasn't even trying to hide her opinions, you understand? She was sitting there with her husband, clearly very disgusted that we were sitting at another table, assumed I'm his mistress, and she had a lot to say, you know. And I think that was the first time that was like that overt racism. Now that I'm older, most of the racism I acknowledge, I think because my blinkers have been removed, like, right? Like
those blinkers.
Those blinkers have been removed. You know, that cushion that you think it's not happening, right?
Yeah.
Now that the blinkers are not there, I think now I can spot it more clearly. Like covert, not the overt one, the covert one. The one that most people say, oh, it's not racism. For me, I'm like,
But it is.
why is it when, for example, in the north, why is it when we go out, the white guy in front of me walked past here with his trolley and his plastics, and you didn't stop him? But when I come, as come and take your receipt, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is a black security guard doing it, right? But the point is, it's still, you're racially profiling.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's those things. It's those things. Like, I'm just...
Two instances, now that you talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to read some comments.
Yeah.
I remember about 3-4 years ago, we had our December holiday in Oshakati. No, it's a bit further back, probably 5-6 years ago. So I remember Mofro went into this clothing store. So I was standing outside waiting for her, but I was standing close to the door. And this Vambu security guard, when Vambu people come in, she pats them down.
Yeah.
When white people come in, you can go through.
Yeah.
No, not
When they're
in,
coming out.
out.
Yeah,
when they're coming out.
Yeah.
She pats down black people. When white people come,
She lets them through.
she lets them through.
Yep.
So I confronted her.
Yeah.
Black woman, Vambu security guard. My sister, why are you patting down black people and not white people?
Yep.
You know what this woman says to me?
White people don't steal.
My brother, Vambus, they like to steal too much.
Ah,
That
yeah.
was her exact words. That's the one thing. Another time I'm in Swakopmund. Inquiries at a bank. I will not give the bank's name.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm standing at this bank in Swakopmund. White man stands in front of me. Black guy stands in front of... No, there was a black guy between us.
Yeah.
White man in front. I can clearly hear this white guy talking to the girl, to the lady at inquiries. Luister, ek wil net baie graag net gou iets uitvind op my rekening. Kyk tog net gou vir my daar. Baie dankie meneer. Wat is die rekeningnommer? Okay, nee. Hier is die staat en so. Ag, baie dankie. Black guy moves forward, asking the same thing. Noshuambo guy. Good afternoon. I would like to find out. She says to him, where's your ID?
Oh, man. I
said,
hate
no,
that.
but you see, yeah, I can't help you if you
Without
don't
you.
have an ID.
The perks that we give to them as well.
Yeah, so I moved forward, and you know what? I was like, yeah.
Help me today, Jesus Christ.
Vader, gee my kracht.
Let me read comments. Valentino,
difficult.
yeah, and I will read comments for a while now so that we can get the comments out the way.
Yeah.
Valentino Emmanuel, what happened is how the Jewish were treating other colored or tribe that they were not the chosen people. So even today, white people look at other color as people with low value, as people not chosen by God or not created by God. They continue to have a mentality of supreme on other people. You know what? I'm so tempted to comment on Valentino's thing because I agree with you so much, but I need to read
But
comments.
Jewish is a religion, just so that I clarify that.
But true, but I do understand what Valentino is trying to say here. Ja, Braji, Gontep, ja, jy weet wat maak jy, jy weet wat maak jy. Row, it's black and white. That's the documentary that I've watched. Vosia Lana Greenwood says, I've experienced racism and it exists still today. A white person still pays more than you, even with you being their supervisor, or still gets paid more than you. The Minister of Labor inspectors should start inspecting the structures of private companies. A lot of inequality there. Clotilda says she watched it too and it got under your skin. Valentino says, I know how it feels. I went through that, and even now I see it happening. How do you feel when you see a white driving with a dog in front and black people behind? Yeah, net so. COVID-19 is also racist. It only selected certain. JJHK says tribalism is a form of racism. That's probably on what you were talking about, Mitch. Samuel Hendrik say, following you from Pretoria, guys. Dankie. Yeah, Clotilda is in Hanover, Germany. Clotilda doing what Neville normally does, throwing the cat amongst the pigeon. Ek glo nie she's throwing the cat amongst the pigeons nie. Daai girl is van die diep syde. Ek ken haar. Sy voel so.
Shalaga says of racism was on my trip to study in Malaysia. We were a group of Namibians. I was the only light-skinned person there, and the immigration officer allowed me through without checking my visa, but the rest of the group had to go through some screening. I think in Namibia the biggest of racism
experiences is tribalism. Yeah, we keep on saying, and ek weet Chris sê altyd, tribalism is the Trojan horse of Namibia. It's the Trojan horse. We don't know what is inside until it surprises and shocks you.
It's like in America, like black on black crime. So they use that to tell people, yeah, you can talk about racism while you have this black on black crime thing. So here it's also like we are more like we are tribalists. Like we are really tribal and colorism, like you said, between us as black people already. So it's like a Trojan horse. It's like they can be like, oh ma, jy doen dit dan vir die volgende swart mens so. Hoe kan jy is dan dieselfde soos ek dit doen.
Okay.
So hoe kan jy vir my kom sê van ek is racist?
Okay. Yeah, it's I think if people really understand the dynamics of America, how people were taken 400 years ago to a place across the Atlantic where you become product. And you're not a human being, you are product.
And you're given everything. Everything they give you, from your name to what. They take everything from you.
You put in a little corner of society where they can control you. Of course, it's going to be a polarizing situation with drugs, unemployment. All these things can happen for how many years in American society? And then people don't understand why there's black on black crime in America. Because people were pushed in a little corner to fend for yourself. So, yeah.
They'll always use that. They will always use that.
Asino Kambikiti, my 6-year-old kicked a vulnerable bird and the teacher told him that she will call the police on him. She further wrote us a love letter about the vulnerable bird, which we laughed off the whole week, and I'm going to put it in a frame. It's a Neville, ek sê hulle ek is van Keetmans. I left Namibia 2004. Ek het die discussion met my neus gehad. Wat was die syde onder de klerk? Wat is dit vandag? Clotilda, please tell us. You know what? It's an interesting discussion. Wat was die syde onder de Klerk? Please tell us what was die syde, what was the South under the Klerk? So was it better under the Klerk than what it is today? I understand, and I do know that a lot of people of the South feels that the natural resources of the South, because the South is very rich in natural resources. I've had many discussions with people about people of the South who say development keeps on going to the north of our country, while the natural resources are in the South. And the Nama people and the people of the South are not benefiting from the resources of the South. But did the Nama people benefit from the resources
When de Klerk was there.
when he was there? Ek vra
They
net.
take your resources.
They didn't benefit. They did nothing. I would say.
Kyk hierheen. Kyk hierheen. Kyk, ja, kyk weg. Ja, ons praat nie saam met jou nie.
No, there's something called like an inconvenient truth, right?
Yeah,
An
inconvenient truth.
lie, right? So like this is where the truth has go Google it, Sarah.
No. Just go.
Wat is jou story? Wat is jou story?
No,
Went
it's
in.
certain lies we tell ourselves.
Make us.
Yeah,
make
to
us
make
feel-
us feel good about something that we feel passionate about. We're all biased to it. Like we all do it in some areas of our lives.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah.
Kyk, kom ek sê. When people speak to me about how I grew up in an apartheid system, I think if there's one thing that irks me about modern day Namibia, and it's the issue of housing. Okay? I grew up in the 70s in a brick house.
Yeah.
Okay? Well constructed brick house. I didn't understand the dynamics in the 70s of how we came about this house. Karatura was, I mean, if we look at the infrastructure of Karatura back then, it was the suburb, Lokasi, okay?
Oh, Lucas.
Yeah. I mean, my mother worked at Karatura Hospital. It was a beautiful hospital, okay? So, if there are two things that irks me about modern day Namibia today is the fact that housing for Namibians is non-existent at the moment
Yeah.
in terms of where we were supposed to be. It's almost like housing needs to be, almost between education, let's say
Health.
education, health, and housing. Those three for me forms the cornerstone of what a country, how flourishing a country can be. And to see what we are seeing today, but I can't just base my opinion about apartheid just on housing. That's just me, but other people have other reasons why they feel, you know what, apartheid was bad for them, and other people, like Clotilda says, she feels apartheid, that era was good for her. I don't understand.
But does Clotilda, where does she stay? Did she say? that?
She stays in Hanover, Germany.
Okay.
Mas is a Namagal.
Yeah, but she should know that things with time become expensive. Generations change. Like you can't say because petrol was 1.77 when de Klerk was there, and now it's to 19, that it's because it was de Klerk's time or that white people were taking. Things get expensive. People develop, and the more you develop stuff, just like you're gonna get a job and you're getting paid 3.5, you could live off that. Then your living standards change when you get 10.5.
I like.
Yeah, so,
I don't
like,
wanna,
really?
I don't want to be dismissive of it because you said she's a Nama descent, right?
Yeah.
So
She's
it's-
Hero
it's-
Namas, is Rimfas Mak.
All right,
Ringfast
okay.
marker.
It's very possible that during apartheid era where black people were just black, regardless of whether you are Vamu, Hero, Nama Dama, you are just black, so you're all treated the same, right?
Yeah.
And maybe that still had some value or more value than post-independence, where now you're part of marginalized community that is ignored. So, I mean, it's very possible
Yeah.
from that perspective. It's very possible. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
very,
think you
very
should
interesting.
explain it much more clear. Because you just... Okay, wat sê bedoel enklik, nee, is het Cleopatra?
Clotilda.
Clotilda.
Cleopatra.
Toe word jy nagetreat die tyd. En nou sien jy die treatment is weggevat en nou voel jy dit was beter
that's
die
not
tyd
what
van die man.
No, but that's not what I'm saying.
Did we say that?
No, that's not what I'm implying.
Okay.
I'm implying that saying, for example, the Nama community largely can be seen as marginalized
Yes.
community
Yeah.
here in independent Namibia.
Yeah.
And some of the complaints that they have is that development, for example, doesn't go through. They're neglected in this post-independent Namibia,
Yeah, okay.
where there's no development to their communities. They don't seen, they don't get jobs, they're marginalized,
Yeah.
right? Whereas I said during independence, that marginalization didn't really happen because they were part of. We were treated, black people all treated the same.
Okay,
Not
I get it
necessarily
now.
treated
I get
good,
it,
but
yeah.
we're all treated the same.
Same.
So you didn't necessarily see Awambo people as, or Awambo people were not treated better than your people, right? You were all just treated the same. But now post-independence, where it's a black government,
Sini, yeah.
you understand? So that's what I'm
So
saying.
you'd be like, it was better when we
so
all
it's
were
easy-
black.
It's easy to have that perception that, you know, during independence, it was better. At
Because we
least
all were black.
Yes, we were all just treated the same. We're not treated the best, but we're at least all treated the same. Now, we're not even being seen, you know?
That's a nice take.
Yeah.
That's
all right,
a nice
so,
take. I think that's a very nice take, I think.
Yeah. So I don't know if you're reading comments on Informante News or Informante Live. I wanted to read some comments from Informante Live.
Please.
Where are you?
I believe it's Informante Live.
Okay, no, then you're okay. Then
Yeah.
you're good. Okay.
Grootboom Pieters Merlin says, lived in Johannesburg, Soweto, Meadowlands. Started my high school, had to fit in because I was the only Afrikaans-speaking student, let alone from Namibia. I was ignored at school just because I didn't speak their languages. I didn't know anything about apartheid until I grew up and became a woman in South Africa. Until today, 90% South Africans hate Afrikaans, and we had to endure bullying at school just because of certain leaders. Braji Concept, Oorlam says, harde kwas, ek ken hulle goed. Swapo spoiled the housing story for all of us. I blame Swapo around that issue, says Roviera. Clotilda says, Nevel, ek is 'n Oorlam, ek is nie 'n Nama nie. Clotilda, let me give you a little history lesson. Then you can come back and fight me. I'm here.
Can I start?
You can start.
And now, a history lesson from Neville Basso.
Ding ding.
Just make sure it's in English. We have a comment from Nelito Shan saying, I'm watching from Angola. Huh?
Yeah.
Toto
Yeah.
bye.
Toto
He
bye.
says, please,
The
guys,
fish.
speak English, please.
The fish. Yeah. Okay.
Is it that fish or that fish?
Clotilda.
Ding, 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 ding. Let the bell ring. Come. Ding, 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 ding.
Clotilda. The Oorlam is a combination of people, okay, who are Nama descendant first and foremost maternally, okay? Okay? Chances are, if you're Oorlam, then you must have Hero blood in you also, because if you're Stephanus,
You must.
you are Hero Nama, okay? And those people who came from the Northern Cape, as they came back, repatriated back from the Northern Cape, which are also part of my ancestry, it's just that we lived in Windhoek,
Dum dum.
okay? Ngonqaip,
Honkai.
Ngonqaip,
Honkai.
Ngonqaip, okay?
Yeah, you said it nice.
Which is Oorlam.
Oorlam.
It's Nama Hero people, okay? Yes.
Goudaman.
Goudaman. These are the people, Maria, where Germans took them from Shark Island, the Namas and the Heros. It's that heritage. Those people who were killed there.
No, there's a girl on Twitter, her name is Oorlam Macy, and she was on Clubhouse giving us that history about she's Nama Herero.
Hello.
No, it's true.
Hello.
Like,
We
it's
were
true.
making it in the camps.
Yes.
We were did it.
Yes.
And then we became Formasons.
Yeah. So you can always see, you will see Namas or these Orlam people, okay? They have the Herero nose, but they sort of light-skinned, okay? Those Orlam people. Let's talk about the Stefanusse. Let's see Biva,
Bason.
Bason, because Bivas are actually Baevas.
Baevas.
It's Hereros. They changed it in the south because they came Orlam and they said, no, we're not Baeva, we are Biva. So it's the Bivas, it's the Stefanuses, it's the Basons. Man, they are a string of man, hulle is klomp, man. But we are all related to each other.
Never.
Okay, let
Je
me-
ken waar is waar is die plek zijn? Hier kant van Ovitoto man.
Ovitoto.
Ovitoto nee. En waar is die? Okadupapa. Je ken waar is Okadupapa? Nou, waar is die plek zijn naam daarachter?
I wouldn't know.
Okadupapa nee, die plek omzelf is van Hereros en Namas.
English. All right.
Yo, so Okadupapa is like a few kilometers outside Okanja. And it's a place where Hereros and Nama stay and they just speak Herero Nama like that. And
Yeah.
it's just like that.
All right, let me read some comments.
Yeah, please.
Tate Nyanga says, Bason, I took note of your brick house where you grew up in the 70s, which was probably built by those who were confined in
Companies. Oh,
yeah,
companies.
who did not have the same privilege.
True.
Shalago says, someone said in the apartheid era that there were proper housing projects and housing was provided, including a hospital. But in the SWAPO era, all we have to show is torn down statues, a Heroes Acre, new state house, a SWAPO building in front of apartheid built hospital, and no national airline. Mutacho says, Neville, go to Informante Live and read our comments. Actually, he's there. I'm now on Informante. Rose says, Clotilde ken weer nie wat sy regtig is nie. Neville, educate her, please. Stefanus says, as gesê praat Engels, nou julle tafish. I like Africa. Sorry, man. Okay, Dion says, quick question. Do you guys believe Mwapopi is a PhD candidate? Yes, he must said so. Vincent says, a Windhoek warehouse manager gets paid 45K after she resigned. A black gets position with some qualification but different color, 9K salary. Josie Angela says, black people were never treated equal. They were categorized, and in most cases, it was related to your community ability to communicate in Afrikaans and how light you were. Let's be honest, a hero was never treated as a Oshiwambo. Oshiwambo speaking were at the lowest of the peak.
Oh my.
Is that so?
That's another narrative that's his reference. You just need to understand.
I guess if you see, I guess. Okay, let me put it in Windhoek context. Katutura had different locations, tribal groups, right, living there, but black, right? Today, of course, some colors are fighting to be recognized as black, right? I guess I think they're people of color, right? I've never disputed that. I think, but they had their own suburb that was better, which is now Kommersdal, which was better. But historically, if you look at Katutura and how it grew, was there special treatment for some tribes there, or Katutura was just Katutura?
Katutura was just
Katutura. Honestly speaking, as we grew up, Tuva, I don't think any tribes were treated better than other tribes in Katutura, but I will give you this. We who stayed at Centraal Grootwinkels, gemengde, Nama locatie, Tamara bus stop, Malaka Draai, all those suburbs. We did think we are better than Vambos.
Yes, I'm saying it's something else to think within your community you're
Yeah.
better than others.
So
We have that is tribalism, right?
Yeah.
We have that within amongst ourselves. We can there are a Vambu person who think they're better than a Herero or a Nama and vice versa, right? That's the tribalism it's talking about.
Yeah.
That is very, very common in our community. But I'm saying outside of that, the apartheid administration didn't necessarily make a distinction between an Omuambo and a Herero.
Whoa.
If you're saying that...
Wait a minute. I think they did.
Did they?
Because many Hereros back in the 70s and 80s supported the DTA. The Vambus were the official enemy
Oppo.
of white people. Okay, you people were vermin. You were non-human. So the closest to except for Afrikaans speaking or coloreds or bastards or whatever, we had the privilege. But the Hereros were next in line.
So you're saying you guys were sellouts?
Hereros were really
sellouts.
Hereros were really
DTA.
okay, you know what? And that was the fight. That was the fight that Hereros and Vambus had for a very long time in the 70s.
Yeah.
When Clemens Kapua was killed in 77, I remember I was standing in front of my parental home when I heard the shots. The Hereros up until today still blame Vambus for their death.
Mambo.
Okay? So there's always this divide, this subtle that you talk about.
So during apartheid, the worst treated person in apartheid Namibia, which is Southwest Africa, was an Omuambo.
Vambus.
Was treated by who? By whites?
Yeah, by whites.
By the apartheid government. All right. This is what I'm understanding.
Yeah, because of...
No, wat is julle se probleem as ons a privilege vandag het? Ons het mos gas.
Listen.
Hallo.
You guys didn't die for the country.
We died for the country.
We
died.
Listen.
So you guys were busy selling
were
our
not
country
dying for the country.
here, and now today that we are exercising our privilege because we suffered.
What privilege?
We suffered.
Okay.
You suffered, you didn't die for the country. That's the problem. There's a difference between dying and suffering.
Julle moet ons na check, ja, is net so.
No,
Maar is waar.
no, kijk, nee. And that is the mistake that we make, okay? Is that we think Namibia started in 1966. Hereros and Namas died
Before that
60, 70
Pick
years.
it up with the Germans. Our issues with the apartheid government. Our issues with the apartheid government.
Listen, never. Just imagine you explaining this in the class. So students, Hereros and Namas died. She's like, teacher, never take it up with the Germans. Our issue.
Yeah, it's part of an apartheid government.
Luister, kom ek lees
let's
gou.
listen.
Kom ek lees gou comments. Vanessa Guibeb says, Neville, los maar net. I also got into a heavy debate with an Oorlam person about having Nama heritage. Apparently, they don't have Nama blood. Al wat ek gesê het is, hou op ons taal dan praat en gaan uit Namaland toe. Just quickly, if there's one thing that I don't understand about Oorlam people, about coloreds, and about bastards, I don't know why they always disown their Nama heritage.
And that's, I think, the one
And that is the most...
You should own
That
you
is the
need
one
to
you should own.
Own your Namaness.
That means you are one of the first people ever
Hello.
That you're closer to the
No,
same
I just think
people.
it's the most beautiful one anyway.
Yeah.
Jessica ma porra Maria. Zero.
Devil, can I just say something before you read that comment? Just go to Karasberg and Arua. Go see those Namas that really look like bastards. Like colours. These Namas, like they just want to speak Afrikaans, and if you call them a Nama, they'll insult you.
Yeah, they'll insult you.
But you can see, like, this is a Nama.
Edward Panduleni Julius, one Namibia, one nation. Please, Mr. Neville, yes, that is true. One Namibia, one nation. Betmark Milano, is Vaneda really an abbreviation or it's just made up? Betmark, if you don't know yet, Vanaheda stands for Vambu Nama Herero Damara. That is where the name comes from.
And they think it's a joke, ne?
Yeah, but that's really where it comes from.
They thought it was a joke.
Valentino Emmanuel says there are things we can appreciate that came from colonialization.
Just say air in the middle.
As you mentioned, hospital. Lost me eight. and other things on the construction. But when the natives took over, Mukurwanje natives, I think they were in contact with some virus, which is corruption virus. This virus is killing more people than COVID-19 because this virus does not only kill human beings, but it kills everything in the country. And I think becoming too much educated is to be more stupid. People who are educated, they act more stupid than uneducated.
You came from the States just the other day. Correct it.
Vanera is an acronym. Okay. What other comments are there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I miss some comments?
Uh,
But guys,
I-
thanks
I-
for
yeah.
the comments.
Yeah. This,
Thanks for the
you need
comments.
to remember that there's 2 streams running on different pages, so we're trying to between the 2.
It's 2 streams, ne?
Yeah, there's 2 streams, but it's what it is.
We're going to talk about it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Edward Pandoleni is bail application for fish rod ended. Yeah, it's klaar.
It's klaar.
Yeah,
Zien elkaar volgende jaar.
we see you next year.
February.
Estomish says there was this teacher who would refer to people as Hottentot. Sit down, you Hottentot. What does it mean? Hottentot or Hotnot is a derogatory term used for people of Nama descent. Okay? It is disgusting. I know Coloureds and Busters
Still use it.
they use it towards Nama and Damara people up until today.
Yeah, but Neville, this is what I wanted to ask. Like, sometimes when we discuss topics like this, people actually think that we are really still just more dividing or being more tribalist. They don't take it as something educational, or they want to just bring some knowledge to them or so. They're just like, yeah, we're already having this tribalism issue and you guys are just making it worse. What do you think about that?
There are no holy cows discussions here. If we talk about religion, we will differ. If we talk about politics, we will differ. If we talk about gender issues, which is, at the center of what Maria does, we definitely differ. Okay? So, that is the story. Like this issue, the race and culture is a very, very polarizing topic, but you know what? It's important that we need to discuss it.
Yeah.
Roviera says, Mutatio Carsons, as jy met Tayshawn Michael and die D-class, die kant is die, okay, whatever.
Is there something else in the paper that
Yeah,
we can
let's-
really gauge?
Yeah.
on?
Yeah. Okay, just for the information, Roy's mustard is still at large. This large Roy's mustard is still at large.
A yellow
Who's
mustard.
A yellow mustard. Yeah, he's still
But you
at-
want him to get caught, bruh.
Yeah, we want, if they are not putting reward money up for Royas, I'm not going to tell anybody where Royas is. Okay. Just another topic in one of our dailies. Government has lost its fight against corruption. Okay. About 67% of Namibians fear retaliation should they report corruption, while 37% feel that there is corruption in the police. The majority of Namibians are of the opinion that the government is failing in the fight against corruption, and that even if they report it, they will face retaliation. According to Afrobarometer's report, government performance on fighting corruption, 70% Namibians believe the government has fared poorly in fighting corruption. Meanwhile, 67% Namibians fear risk of retaliation should they report corruption. According to the report, Afrobarometer surveyed 34 African countries, and a majority of citizens said corruption had increased in their country during the previous year. Police are the worst offenders in the citizens' eyes. The report showed that 73% of Namibians believe that corruption has increased somewhat in the country over the past 12 months, and 15% felt that corruption increased a lot. Net the last sinnetjie. Further findings indicated that 37% of Namibians perceive that there is corruption among the police, while 8% of Namibians say they have been exposed to bribery to obtain public service. Hey.
Can I just talk about how this is all, for me, it's all hogwash. Because, first of all, it's very misleading. How many people is this sample from? Did you ask 10 people and then you say 70% of Namibians, if 7 out of those 10 have you understand what I'm saying? What is your sample looking like? For example, my friends, right? All of them are, for example, pro-LGBTQ, right? If I went to go do samples amongst my friends, let's say 10 of my friends, I'll find 8 out of 10 will say legalize, let's say gay marriage, right? Will it then be correct for me to say 80% of Namibians want gay marriages legalized? It's not accurate, because when you say 80%, did you have like a census, right? Where you've gone house to house while you're doing your analysis of housing or population size, and you ask these questions? No, you went to a small sample. By the way, I'm trying to find out what the sample is. It doesn't say. So that's already in itself vague. When you tell me 73% of Namibians, 15% of Namibians, what is your sample size? Did you ask 100 people? Did you ask 200 people? Did you ask 2,000 people? And which 2,000 people? In what areas? Is it
Regions.
from what region? Because again, you also need to remember perceptions are also different. The perceptions in the south will be very different from the perceptions in the north, from the perceptions to the east and the west.
Is it rural?
What is your sample? This is our problem. When they do this type of tests, right? They already know what answers they want. They already know what they want the survey to reflect. If they want the survey to reflect that your country is corrupt, then their responses will show that. You understand?
Yeah.
But this is very vague for me.
Driving the narrative.
And Biomita is not an African. I'm tired of people telling us that live here, right? How our corruption or whatever. Let us talk about our corruption as people that live it every day. But I'm not going to go on an international survey that's telling me how corruption in my country is. You know, and one thing I will say about Namibia, with all the corruption that is happening, whatever, one thing that is not true, and I will never accept that, is that we have to pay to get service. That you will pay if you don't want to queue. You know what I mean? You might want to jump the queue. Jy wil mos nou nie en nattes heel dag staan nie. So dan sê jy vir hy wat sê, hey, my bra, set me daarvoor, or set me form bo.
You're the
That you will
initiator
pay
of
for.
corruption.
But it's not that if you stand in that line, you will not get service. Or if you don't pay, you will not get service. That, they can say anything else about my country. But the fact that, come on, we pay to get service, that one, Mary Leka that lives in this country and how my experience with this country, I will never accept that narrative.
I'm with you on that one.
I will never accept that narrative for Namibia.
I
We don't
am
pay
with
for
you.
service. We don't have to. We don't have to.
Yeah.
We really don't have to. Go to any ministry here. You don't have to pay for service. Dis al lang wag, ja. Daar kan ons complain.
Ja,
Dis
you'll
al
wait.
wag, sal jy wag. But you don't have to pay to get that service.
Yeah.
You probably
That's
have
not
poor
true.
service or whatsoever.
That service West Africa. That is not Namibia. At immigration, you don't have to pay an immigration officer to stamp your passport. That's Nigeria. That's not Namibia. Don't come and confuse things. That one I will never accept. I will never accept it.
I'm with you on that one, man. I'm with you.
Anyway.
So in general, let's generalize here. When it comes to corruption, what's your take? Kom ons vergeet van hierdie report. Let's forget about this report. Do you guys feel when it comes to corruption in our country, is it amplified at the moment?
I think we have a corruption issues.
We have corruption
I definitely think there's corruption in this country. I'm not living under a rock.
Yeah.
Right.
Kan jy my gou die nuwe?
I feel that there are people that are there to enrich themselves. There are people that go into offices not with the intention of serving the people, but it is to self-serve, to deepen their pockets. That is something I'll never run away from. That is things we hear on the streets. That stuff that we experience by ourselves.
Failing right now.
I mean, I think fish rot aside, because that's just a corruption case in itself. Like one thing aside, outside of fish rot, yes, I don't think anybody can deny that there's corruption in this country. Can we really deny that?
Yeah, no, there is.
Like
There's
I
serious
know,
corruption in this country.
I know police officers, and I'm not gonna drop names.
Yeah, please not.
Hospitality newspaper that really go to this that smoke weed, that smoke, that do the dust.
They do the dust.
And then the next day you go see them arresting the same person they bought from. But then him and that dude, they're smoking, doing whatever they do in the weekend, what. The next day you just see a lot of police cars. They're arresting that dude.
I think I've heard about a few incidents in the location where police officers do work part and parcel with some serious drug offenders.
Yeah.
Where they would give this specific drug house the heads up. We're coming to raid you at 3 this afternoon.
There's a lot of where they get that heads up. They've got somebody in the police.
Move your stuff, okay? So that we can only come and find maybe just net so a dagapit or wat ook al.
Then we can arrest you for that.
Yeah.
But this is what happened. Like basically, this dude didn't apparently pay the police officers the monthly allowance. So they were like, okay.
Maybe it was an undercover officer.
No. Like, but the way the dude was saying it is like, yeah, we always pay them. So when I didn't pay this month, I didn't get enough. That's when he came with the guys, took everything. I didn't get my money back. It wasn't even booked in and what.
Good.
And I was like,
You're supposed to be arrested anyway for that.
But look. Let's take this. Let me push this to another narrative. Let me say, okay, cool. Let me say, if I'm a drug dealer, and you come arrest me, the next day you as the police officer tells me, hey, check. What we can do is, okay, we'll leave you, but then we will sell. You will sell, and then you pay us. We'll give you heads up and what. Are you encouraging me to have that? What do we call? What do you go, like, when you are dealing with this, like when I got police officers on my back.
You got your protection money.
Certain ego about, like, I can do whatever I want.
No, of course
and I got my guys. So are you encouraging me to actually sell the drugs, or are you actually saying, this is wrong to me?
It's wrong in the first place that the police are working with criminals. Finish and klar.
They are not working with criminals.
Must not happen. Guys, before we go, I need to indulge you quickly on one topic. Okay? This is Mzansi celebs. Okay.
Please!
What is that now?
Boiti Tulo. Somebody made this comment a little bit earlier. Yeah. I need to ask you guys, in a recent interview, Boiti Tulo said she wants at least, I did say, 450,000 rand or Namibian dollars girlfriend allowance per month from anyone who is prepared to date her. 450,000 Namibian dollars for a girlfriend allowance. Okay? So, my humble question to you, Namibians out there.
You want me to quickly play it? It's not long.
Oh yeah, please. Ek wil hoor.
Yeah.
At least 450K a month, we would be like, I wouldn't bother you. I wouldn't bother you.
Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras. Which man in South Africa is going to give you 450,000 rand?
I'm saying,
a
like,
month.
we're gonna work on the.
450,000 rand a month.
It's.
I mean, I would love that child, but
It's not undoable.
Huh?
It's not impossible.
I know it's not.
And maybe it'll motivate your guy to
know
like
it's
work
not.
even harder.
But
and
which
whatnot.
percentage can do that?
Akithi, Mari.
Yeah, that's what she said.
What pains me is that there'll be this one stupid guy
This is the wackers dating
that
whatever
will
era.
actually want to do it.
No, this is the 2021 is the wackers dating era of my lifetime.
Why?
Dankie sê jy is
Why?
getrouwde man.
What is your point?
Jou hart
You
sal te
must,
rasper
you
was
must
met
say thank you that you are married. What? 500,000, close to 500,000 in girlfriend allowance per month. We're not talking about per year.
per
We're talking
month.
about is that what dating has come to? Like that's what relationships. It's just a transaction, right? It's all transactional at this point. It really is.
Transactional.
It's all transactional. That's what I'm saying. I'm living in the.
Worst
You
era.
remember those era of, those guy rewinding, posting the cassette, love letter, rewind, post. Romancing you, taking you, walking you to your mother's house, making sure you get in the house. You know what I mean? Checking in on you, calling on the landline when he can. You remember that? It's like it's dead, and it kind of makes me sad because I have 11-year-olds, right? A boy and a girl. And this is quite literally the era that they're growing up in, where dating now is just transactional. It's like, what can I get from you? What can you give me? That's all. It's nothing else outside of that. And it's a little sad. No, it's more than a little sad. It's actually very concerning
It's
and very
depressing,
depressing. And anybody that thinks this is okay, I'm sorry. I don't F with it.
Ronnie Canalella was asking a very important question on social media last night when the story broke.
What did he ask?
Ronnie Canalella was asking, so what is the $50,000 for?
The guy spoke in his brackets.
Because Boyd is asking for 450,000.
So what is it?
Ronnie vra, waarvoor is hy 50 blok?
Hoekom nie 400,000?
Ja, of nie 500 nie.
Ronnie vra
So-
net
Hy vra, what is the 50 block for? So everybody's like, nee, die 50 block is for her real man in her life. Okay. Come on, guys.
Crazy.
Why are we entertaining such bull crap?
a stupid guy will do it just to like for clout.
I'm
Clout
not
chasing.
I'm
Ne?
not convinced. I'm not convinced.
A guy
because I
will
think
do it for clout
I'm
chasing.
I'm
Ne?
not convinced because I think anybody that has money, because you have to have huge money, anybody that can afford to pay you 450,000 rands, which is also Namibian dollars,
Yeah.
per month, you would have to ask. I think it's smarter with this money to ask, but what value is there in that? You see, it's something else to spend 450 per month, right? To spend it together.
Yeah.
That's very different. I know people that might not, they can take their girlfriends to a Gucci shop or LV shop or a Chanel shop in Dubai, fly her to Dubai, do all the luxury things and shop till you drop. And they will easily drop that 450,
Okay, yeah.
right? In shopping or in one trip. But to know it's an expectation like, ting, elke month end, 450, ting, tilich. Tilich.
Estomish says, restaurant, sorry, quickly guys. Restaurant dinners, the getaways, the holidays, pampering, shopping, eventually the prices get high if one think of it in another way. After, what for Roviera? After God, fear Boity, beloveds. Betmark Milano said, that's why Casper dumped her. That Sangoma is out of line.
I don't even find her.
That Sangoma is out of line.
Oh yeah, she's a Sangoma.
Yeah, she's a Sangoma.
She was in the north recently. So I think you wouldn't know that one. Said next post ni Maya, so right?
Does she come with a USB?
Jimson Shizzle says, how? And just like that, Clever opts for violence. Okay.
What did he say?
What did Clever say now?
Violence.
I see ni Clever's a message ni. Please check if you see.
Let me see. Yeah.
Is it Twinny?
Hey, Braji Contep. Hey, Cheap J. Yes.
Like I said,
get
there's a
money.
difference between dropping 450 because you want to treat your girl,
And then
and quite literally like
every
that's
month
what she expects you to drop into her. I don't think there
a
are many
whole
men that
debit
will.
order.
No.
Yeah, it's a whole.
You will feel that it's transactional at that point. I don't
Yes.
think anybody wants their relationship unless it is something that is very clear. Like, but also like, if a guy is dropping 450, don't ask me what she's bringing to the table. She doesn't have to bring anything.
And
Like,
then
at
you get
450,
abused. Then what do you say?
Don't
What do you
even
say if
forget
you
the
get
abuse.
abused?
I
Yeah.
mean, you guys don't. You ask like such. Don't ask about abuse.
You
Because
say, it's
why you
because
guys
he
wanna
dropped the
know
450, he's
forget
abusing me.
Baba say abuse. in the
Except man,
conversation.
so
Yeah.
now what if you could learn that she's been
people
abused?
that don't get even $1 get abused. What does that have to do with the conversation?
No, but I'm saying if you're gonna make the relationship a whole transactional thing, like it's a papa, and then that happens to you, can you say that?
Say what?
Can you say okay, and he was abusive to me and what?
Yes,
what?
and if you're abusive, you're abusive.
Okay,
What do you mean?
I understand that part. All that I'm saying is that if you are gonna make this thing about this is transactional, well, how do you think that person will treat you? Do you think that person will treat you with love?
I don't think a person that gives you money necessarily treats you bad. I mean, I'm not there to push that narrative.
I will push
but
that
of
narrative.
No,
I will push it.
because even
Because
broke
I
people
know.
treat you badly. I'm sorry.
They
but
will,
so
obviously.
that's what I'm saying. Even broke people treat you badly. So it's not about I don't
We should have this discussion.
No, this is the problem I'm trying to say is that this sense of narrative that people like to push, like if there is money you are more susceptible to certain abuses, but I'm saying that is not money, because even without money you can still get cheated on, you can still get killed, you still get
Agree
abused,
100%.
you still get raped, you whatever. So leave the
Agreed
GBV
100%.
out of it, right? I'm
Yeah.
just saying, for in itself, a relationship where there's an expectation for 450 to fall into your account, that is transactional. And for me, like, what is the point of being together if clearly like the money is what's keeping you together? Unless that's what we agreed upon, and then that's all good and well. But don't say
Lester.
Yesuk a man. They don't tell me you're there for the love. Is all I'm saying.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
it's not
basically
love.
trying
It's
to
not
say.
love.
Yeah,
It's
and then you must
transactional.
understand, if you're not there for the love, there are certain ways that you're gonna be treated. You're not gonna be
Not
treated.
necessarily.
I'm not even saying like abusing her or whatever. I'm just saying there's certain ways. This guy will not take you seriously. Like if you come complain to him about, yo, I'm emotionally what? This guy will say, go see a therapist. And now you're gonna come and say,
But I
he's
can afford
emotionally
one, so.
abusing me. Or something.
I can
can
afford. I can afford one.
Yeah, so it's like go see a therapist. Like, come on, I need a hug from you. You can't come look
I
for a
don't
hug
think,
while
to
you have
be honest,
$400,000
in all fairness, women that are in transactional relationships know it's transactional. So of course, there's certain
Yeah.
expectation that they don't have. So I don't even know why you're bringing that element.
I'm just
in.
saying.
But
they
I'm
don't
just
know.
saying.
They don't know.
No, but
they don't know.
No,
I said
I
they
think we
don't
can say it's wrong without it being like, what if he abuses you? Because now you're kind of going down another.
Not that.
Dank
I'm just
je,
saying
dank
they
je.
don't know.
Ja,
Dank je.
anyway.
Dank je.
Lees een paar comments voor ons.
Ons moet
Fran.
gaan. Ons moet gaan. Rose says, even the guy that does not work and sleep all day at the girl's flat treats her badly, Mitch. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm agreeing with you
Bye-bye,
till that
bye-bye,
point.
bye-bye.
Thank you, Ro.
Yeah, Ro is just again. I'm agreeing with you till that point.
Yeah. Stephanus James says, yeah, Mitch, you just had to go there.
Yeah.
Esther Mitch says, some people love status in life, which, Mitch, I hear you a bit, okay?
You must hear him a lot, not a bit.
Wetu Kaihiva says, Mitch, I agree with you. Transaction means I paid for it. Now, mine, I can do anything I want. This is what Muhausi Boli says. The moment you agree to Boiti's terms, you have accepted that it is transactional.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You have agreed to pay for love instead.
Insta stories, even Betty knows what's up here.
Orba Braji. Braji comment is the last comment of the
Yeah,
day.
as a brief.
Ek soek ook geld. Forsek man. Guys, enjoy your Monday. Have a blessed day. Sharp, sharp.
Sharp, sharp.
Guys, you know, I'm telling you this.
In the mix. And the volume.
We must have you with us, coffee all the way.
Of all time.
Show on the station.
But still good music coming your way.
Sounds better with your music and your station playing on the background.
Makes you happy.
So up next.
We had no, for example, on the one stream, we had one.
And some good news for
This is your girl Ann Singer, and you are listening to the most informative, educative, and most entertaining midday show in Africa.
From 9 a.m. to 12 midday on Informative Radio.
About these two streams, I think I asked you the other day in the meeting, and I can't understand why are we splitting these streams?
It's because of the tertiary thing is because of the sponsors. Sponsors are for informante. They're not for informante like.
But it doesn't matter because no. But here's the thing: the sponsors are for the show is Informate Live. You understand? The sponsors are for Informate Live. Where we stream it is neither here nor there. So I'm saying the sponsors will still get their value for money, but I feel like you will get more value if you say your stream had 400 viewers. You understand? On one, you understand? For me, I'm looking at the stats. If you cannot go to a sponsor and say, oh, you're during this day that was 2 million, but you're taking from the Informate Live. But the Informate...
I think you explained it, man. I just think you need to... Because that day you guys
No,
just
I think she's complete because she's using the platform to say you can't. The show is Informate Live. That's what the advertising, that's what you said. Informate Live, which is where we go on air. You understand? Where we stream it is on Informate, which doesn't matter. You can still share it on Informate Live later, but the show live, and then you can even tell the person.
Bad girls link up. Mad takes pull up. Don't let a bum nigga stress you. Don't let a bum nigga tell you what you can't do. No, set the rules straight, tell him straight to his face that you can't have him acting out of place. What a waste that he can't be. Takes another baby and saying having cried all rivers like Justin Timberlake. Nigga, don't stress me, nah. I don't got time for drama, I'm not your woman, no. If you don't want, then go. Nigga, don't stress